this is the second VGM in the series here, and I think actually I believe technically it's the third because I just did half of this, which I'm going to redo now. Of course, I didn't have the record button pressed. Now don't turn off the thing just yet. I'm not that stupid. You can still learn a few things from me, even if I am absolutely an idiot. But let's get going again, because I'm running short on time. As if I have anything important to do at all with my life. Okay, we're going to merge in here what we've got here, and in case, well, you don't know this, because I didn't show it to you. Right here, I collapsed the stack earlier to get rid of the smoothing group in here. It's gone now. That's good. So it's just one less thing to worry about. That's wonderful. Anything else I did? Oh, I moved the weapon slightly in a position to where I would like to see it in game here. And I mean, you don't have a reference for this yet. I'm going to show you what I did. You could see it. You're going to merge in this rig here. When this comes up, you want everything in the scene. This is just asking you what you want to put in. Select all. Hit OK. OK. In case you're having some trouble seeing yours, and I had done this earlier too, click on rendering. Go down here to the environment. Click on this ambient button here, and you can change, this is just a ghetto way of doing it. If there's one thing ghetto I like to do, the only thing ghetto that tickles my fancy, it's this. Put that on bright so you can see what's going on. We've also got a camera in this scene here. You can switch to it by C. And that's basically, your in-game view. That's it. That's it. That's what you're going to see. And you're going to be working with that a lot. Because you can hide all kinds of crap that you want to sneakily sneak around. As long as it's not in the camera, you can do practically anything you want. While it's good practice to be as clean as possible with your keyframes, in the end, who cares? Okay, let's get going again. I'm going to try and get used to this one window setup. I'm not used to it at all. It just annoys the crap out of me, but I'll live. I think I'll manage. Hope I do. Alright. Switch these around, back to where I had them. If you're doing this for Counter-Strike, this is what I'm doing it for. This is just a little bit of a plus note. I should be doing this left-handed, but because not everyone is used to doing that, I'm going to do it right-handed. For those of you who are not doing this for whatever Counter-Strike mod you may be working on, which is Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike alone, you can't dare talk bad about that, can you? So Lord and Master Counter-Strike, everything has to be done for that. Alright, if you're not familiar with this IK rig, I mean, it's simpler than anything you can imagine. I mean, I made it. So that alone, you could do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. I didn't use biped, for those of you who are wondering, because I hate biped with so much absolute abhorrence in my heart and soul that just hearing the name biped, just my saying it, as it trickles down my tongue and out of my mouth, between my lips and into your ears, it just really ticks me off just to do that. I don't like it. It's very constricting to me. That's why I made this ghetto homemade Susie Homemaker rig right here, and you know what? It works. So enough with the pleasantries. I guess, as you can tell, simply just wrap the hands around the gun here. That's all that there is to it. There's no secret myth. There's no incredible magic spell. That's all that it is. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's as simple as it looks, folks. When people tell you animating is tough, punch them in the face. Unless they're bigger than you. Then you know where to kick them and you know where to run. It really is as simple as it looks. You might want to get, I know it's gonna be difficult for you to think ahead like this if you're not used to doing this crap. But just ignore the arm right now. You don't care about it. And I like to adjust these from front here. The wrist is what you want. This is what you're gonna be looking at 90% of the time when you're playing your little game and shooting your little aliens or your whatevers. This is what you need to know. Most importantly about this entire thing, the only thing that matters is what you see. It doesn't have to be right, it just has to look right. Sometimes. Well, that's a bad piece of advice. That's why I gave it, I think. Oh, this is so difficult to do without 4 little boxes. That's my excuse. You don't like it? Change the you should probably be striving to do things that you haven't seen done before. And I know everyone likes to stick with the norm and be the same as everybody else, but that's no fun. If you can think of a position to hold this freaking gun, and it is absolutely off the wall, and it has never been done before, and just the sheer fact that you're thinking about doing it makes other people get angry and say, well, you can't do that, that's not how you hold a gun, the wrist looks broken, or the thumb's in a bad position, or that's not how I hold my guns, then you should do it. If for no other reason, to learn what happens when you go against the flow, when you go against what other people think. It's always nice to give them a friendly reminder to, if they don't like it, they can do it themselves. That's some bad advice too. You should take it. I'm probably gonna end up giving a lot of bad advice when I'm doing this thing. God, I'm running out of time. I suck at this now. Used to be able to whip these up like nobody's business. Now I'm just an old man. Maybe I should tell you this now. Thankfully I haven't moved any fingers yet. Alright. As you can tell here on this rig that I'm using here, and this is going to go for practically anything that you do. As you can tell here, the fingers, they're straight. Do you notice this? They're not contorted, they're not crazy, they're not in a weird position, they're just in the regular position. You would be wise to save this position so that you can go back to it later. Now, for example, if your fingers are all over the place and you got thing here going back and forth and it's everywhere and you want it to a normal position, well, hey, it's as simple as a button click away, folks, and it's easy to do this. So let's do it. First, I need to unhide this bone that I have hidden for some unknown reason. I think it's like bone 25, so I'm just gonna unhide this real quick. Is that it? Please don't be the arm. It is. Yeah, I don't name my bones here. And I don't know why I don't, you know. Oh, well, I do. It's because I'm lazy. But, you know, I should, you should, everybody should. It would make the world such a wonderful place. But if you can get by without doing it, if you can get a B+ instead of an A- without doing a little bit of extra work, then I say go for it. Alright, let's get one thing straight. Hit your auto key button down here. If you're using Max 6 or 5, I think does this as well. 4, there's a neat little button here that says Animate. And you want to click that. Don't mess with this. Well, we could, but I do it a different way. So what I want you to do is double click on your main bone here. You could have done this earlier, but I didn't. Which means you probably definitely should have. Probably definitely. Double click on this, and what it does when you double click on anything like this, a chain of bones, it will select everything underneath it, all the underlings, all the janitors, it'll select them. Click the CEO. Come on down here to this keyframe slider. I'm sure you all knew what that was. Right click it. This is going to be how you set keyframes in the future, so get used to this. It's going to be real important later on. Source time 0, destination